Hi, I'm Rachel Gordon. I'm the Communications Director for San Francisco Public Works, and I want to welcome you to this year's Employee Recognition Awards ceremony. It's going to be a little different than in years past. We can't come together in a grand setting like City Hall or Moscone Center. Because of the COVID-19 crisis, we have to do this virtually. It's going to be an online ceremony. But that doesn't mean that we aren't going to celebrate who we are and what we do every day of the year in San Francisco. You'll see with this celebration that we're going to be recognizing great projects and great individuals who really make San Francisco Public Works an outstanding public service for the people of San Francisco. So let's celebrate who we are, what we do, and see who's going to come out as our winners this year for the Employee Recognition Awards ceremony.
Today we are recognizing Deb Ran for her exemplary service to the Navigation Center program. Deb is the lead accountant and has worked on a variety of important projects, including Division Circle, 88 Post, Embarcadero Safe Center, and 1925 Evans. She sets up projects, coordinates with other departments to transfer funds, monitors grants, ensures suppliers are paid quickly, and provides reports that help the team monitor project costs. But most importantly, she is calm, supportive, and always helps to solve problems. Deb identifies issues quickly, and she asks for help when she needs it. Thanks to her diligence, the financial aspects of these projects are carefully managed so that our client can meet its goals and the city can help its homeless population. Thank you, Deb.
I am delighted to be able to recognize the project controls and assurance team in the infrastructure design and construction group. They are an excellent service provider of choice. This team works quietly day in and day out. They're rarely the resident engineer or the team lead, and they rarely get recognized, but they are the backbone of every IDC construction project. Beyond the day-to-day review of their key technical submittals, like the construction schedule and the safety plans, they're asked to step in whenever there's a safety incident to provide an independent assessment of the causes and the corrective actions. They review complex change orders and claims, and they help out whenever and wherever there are resource needs across the construction group. I am very happy today to recognize and add my special appreciation to the folks in PCA.
It's also my pleasure to recognize in the category of being the service provider of choice an entire division within BDC. This division was created out of the challenges of the 1989 earthquake, and ever since has been the provider of choice in assessing hazardous conditions and its associated remediation. It is my pleasure to recognize the Site Assessment and Remediation Division of BDC as being a service provider of choice who has been the go-to team not only for Public Works, but also for many of the other city agencies that need to address such challenges. Thank you in joining me in recognizing their efforts and their achievements. It's also my pleasure to present the award in the category of being the service provider of choice. And the first team to be named in that category addressed a very unique project. It was a developer-led project through real estate, and to underscore Public Works as a service provider of choice, the city controller and city administrator offices reached out to Public Works to ensure that we were part of the delivery team, even though it was a unique and different contracting mechanism. So this team took on the challenge of delivering a very complex building under different contracting circumstances and challenges. So I would like to take the time right now to recognize that the 49 South Van Ness team with Public Works, who is delivering the project of which we all are going to be, or many of us will be moving into in the coming months. So thank you to the hard work of the 49 South Van Ness team. Thank you.
Just a little bit about the project. It was a very complex project. We worked together with MTA, but it also brought in just about every facet of public works, from accounting to IDC to operations, from SSR, BBR, a little bit of urban forestry. So it was a really complex project, and it lasted almost 6 months from beginning to completion. But at the end of it, it was of such a nature that done by city workforce that the mayor actually recognized it when it opened. So now I would just like to congratulate those that worked on the Townsend Street construction project. The next award winners that I'm going to introduce or recognize is the Hotspot crew. They probably have one of the most challenging jobs in San Francisco. All the homeless encampments that are throughout the city, they visit them on a daily basis, doing cleaning, engaging with the people there, as well as picking up the garbage and doing steam cleaning. It's not recognized by the public because a lot of times they're in and out before the public even realize they've been there and gone. They start at 4 in the morning, and continuously from 4 in the morning until midday, they are out there tirelessly 7 days a week, cleaning up and trying to keep the city clean in one of the most challenging environments we have. So congratulations to the Hotspot crew.
It's my pleasure to also present the award in the area of ensuring safe, clean, sustainable, and inviting public spaces. The team for addressing Japantown Plaza was put together with the Bureau of Landscape Architecture taking lead and addressing the problem with the community in multiple meetings and developing an exceptional plan and vision for the future of Japantown Plaza. So I would like to, at this time, recognize the team for the Japan Peace Plaza Vision Plan. Join me in recognizing them as well. Thank you.
Today, I would like to recognize the Organizational Excellence Team, Ann Jenkins, Christopher Coe, Laurice Gonzalez, Eleanor Morse, Kevin Moore, and Andra Ritku. Since the summer of 2019, this team of 6 has worked tirelessly on the Public Works continuous improvement efforts. Through their work and the collaboration of the strategic plan champions and other managers and leads, the department adjusted its strategic plan and launched a new process improvement initiative. With their help, Public Works focused its strategic plan on 6 objectives and a smaller number of initiatives, coordinated workshops with the champions on strategy measures, developed new objective project charters, and formed a new strategic plan steering committee. This team also organized process improvement training for leadership and sponsors, and a 2-day process improvement yellow belt training for staff. These sessions helped senior leaders learn concepts like Lean and Six Sigma, and taught the working teams to practice these analytical skills on process improvement projects related to their daily work. From our first group of trainees, we have 10 teams that successfully completed their projects. During this time, they also work behind the scenes to improve the data for Public Works staff and on creating new measures for our most important key services. Please join me in recognizing this team's dedication to making Public Works a better place.
The next award winners had a special challenge. As you know, we have what is usually an annual Arbor Day, where we have games, we have A lot of trees get planted, and unfortunately, Arbor Day fell right after the shelter in place order. But we had already planned that same week to have Arbor Day on that weekend. But we usually do that with 300 or 400 volunteers helping plant trees that day. But on this particular day, we had no volunteers because we actually canceled the Arbor Day event. However, Buff staff came in dedicated and planted over 100 trees on that day. I believe it was also raining. And that's something special that goes to the dedication that they had for the Urban Forestry Bureau, but also their commitment to making the city greener. And I think just a special thanks to them for coming out and showing their dedication, but also their commitment not to their job and the department, but also the city. So congratulations.
I would like to take this time to recognize those that are demonstrating safety leadership. And this award goes to a group of individuals who practice safety day in and day out, whether it's the simple everyday or weekly tailgate meetings focused on safety, or it's the complex overview or review of hazardous assessment safety plans, who has really stepped up in this crisis under safety has been the entire IDC and BDC construction inspection teams. So at this time, please recognize this team for all its great efforts in addressing normal construction advancement, as well as the extraordinary challenges that we have had in this COVID-19 period. So thank you to the IDC, BDC, construction inspection teams.
When we focus on safe driving, we usually think about our operations group because they're the ones who log most of the miles. But today I want to recognize two other individuals, one for his safety record and dedication, and the other for improving driver safety. So first I want to talk about John Turso in the director's office. He has a spotless driving record, and he drives our mail delivery van around the crowded Civic Center area, and he goes all the way out to the operations yard and back, and goes to other city locations as well. And he takes his job really seriously. He's super responsible, and he's understandably very proud of his safe driving record. When the COVID-19 public health emergency was declared, John continued to perform his job when we really needed him, so that none of those pieces of paper that needed to go from place to place got lost. He visited multiple city facilities, and he interacted with many, many of you and with other city departments. So today I really want to thank him for his dedication as well as his safe driving record. The second person I want to talk about is Angela Powell from Building Design and Construction. She is a Smith System behind the wheel defensive driving instructor and a member of the Motor Vehicle Incident Review Committee. Her work has led to improved driving skills for both IDC and BDC employees. She schedules and instructs new and continuing employees on the Smith System and the 5 keys to defensive driving. And those of you out there who have been through Angela's training know what I'm talking about. To be a successful instructor, you need to have technical knowledge and the ability to change other people's driving habits, which is challenging because many of us have been driving for many years, and we may have developed some habits that perhaps we shouldn't have. You need to be patient. You need to motivate others, and you need to think on your feet, or even harder, while driving. Teaching coworkers how to change from unsafe habits to safe habits in a really positive way is extremely hard, but Angela is consistently praised for her teaching ability and her technical knowledge. She also serves on the Motor Vehicle Incident Committee, and she works with this team to review all sorts of reports and data and to try to determine the facts. and see if the Smith system and its keys would have helped to prevent these kinds of incidents. She carries out these responsibilities so cheerfully and professionally at all times. So I really want to thank Angela for all her work in keeping us safe behind the wheel. So today we are recognizing some new aspects of our focus on safety, and that is well-being. The well-being champions, well, who are these people? They're public works employees from all of our bureaus and divisions who volunteered to be a champion for well-being in their work groups. And they've brought programs from the health service system into our workplace. And they've been working to encourage their coworkers to make healthy lifestyle changes. They have organized many activities, such as anything from yoga and stretch breaks. We've got noontime brown bag meetings, flu shots, healthy snacks, medical screening, bringing in EAP, posters, and other challenges and more. There's even been a game of musical chairs. That one really made me smile. These champions have connected their coworkers with well-being resources, and that they might not have otherwise been aware of. It's a lot in the way that the health fair has helped made us healthy. These champions have worked hard to make all these well-being initiatives interesting, creative, and fun. So in this time when the risks to all of our health have become so prominent, it's important to do all that we can to be healthier and to be well. Thank you, well-being champions. Core values. Core values are fundamental beliefs and principles that guide our behavior, and they help us understand the difference between right and wrong. Respect, integrity, and responsiveness. Public works core values. These are very aspirational words. They're easy to say, but they're really hard to achieve. Our core values have really been tested this year. But that doesn't mean that they're unattainable. During this special week of celebration, I encourage everyone to remember that we are defined by our own actions. And now, more than ever, I have seen our organization live up to our core values by rising to meet the challenges in front of us and providing the services that our city partners in San Francisco need. The following 9 people are being recognized for the many ways in which they embody the core values in the work that they do every day. Please join me in celebrating our colleagues.
It's my pleasure to announce the award for COVID public health crisis response for an individual. And this individual worked very hard out in the field, addressing the needs of the EOC, as well as various departments in honing in on addressing the safe sleeping site needs for the city. And that individual is Dennis Oates, who worked tirelessly out in the field amongst the different departments. So please join me in recognizing Dennis Oates in this award. Thank you.
For the COVID-19 response, we are recognizing the IT service desk and the Bureau technical leads. With very little warning and an urgency to continue our organization's essential work, the IT service desk, with the help of leads in BDC and IDC, moved hundreds of our employees from office to remote work in a 2-week period. It was really amazing to watch. They worked so diligently as a team, making sure that everybody had proper software, computers, monitors, training. It was not an easy task, and right in the middle of a public health pandemic. After the initial transition, the service desk hasn't stopped helping. They've been readily available to troubleshoot problems, help employees with failed equipment, purchase new laptops in an era where the supply chain wasn't really there, and as usual, to help employees in need, as they always do. whether it was troubleshooting software or making sure people had better connectivity. And as a result, at this point, more than 550 of our Public Works employees are now working safely and effectively from home. Thanks to all of you.
As we all know, COVID-19 has brought many challenges to the city, and the city looks to Public Works to help solve many of these challenges. And those requests come in from all corners. As we look to stand up our Department Operations Center, or DOC, we faced the challenge without Cynthia Chono, who for years had led us flawlessly and fearlessly, and she passed away too soon last fall. We also had to figure out how to run a DOC in the time of social distancing. The DOC team we are recognizing today would have made Cynthia proud. Matt Niclero took on the challenge and got things up and running remotely and steered a calm and steady course for a month and a half before handing it off to Ray Wu. And Ray didn't miss a beat as he stepped outside his comfort zone and took on this new challenge. All along the way, Eva Chang, Donna DeCruz, and Darlene Fernandez-Ash have kept all the nuts and bolts working and running smoothly. Eva has taken on the administrative support and particularly logging those beloved 214s. Darlene does all the procurement, from more portable toilets and hand washing stations for deployment across the city to supplies for safe sleeping sites. Not to mention keeping we Public Works folks in masks and gloves and hand sanitizer. Donna has officially been deployed to the EOC logistics section and is one of our primary liaisons with the EOC, making sure the handoff back and forth is smooth. Our thanks go out to them all.
Our next award winners are for COVID-19 response. And while the department is doing a lot and has done a lot for the COVID-19 response, there were a couple of groups that went, I wouldn't say above and beyond, but became very creative and helped save the city money as well as delivered top quality service. The first were the Carpenters from BBR. And their project actually was, they did a design build. They mocked up and designed partitions for people sleeping at Moscone Center. They saved the city a lot of money. Their design and build and their can-do attitude was recognized and made a huge difference, saved the city a lot of money, and they were very timely in the delivery of that those partitions, and that was recognized and noticed. There were other things that they did, but I think that was one that was really recognized and noticed, not just for their ingenuity at coming up with a design, but also their sense of what made sense at a reasonable cost. So we just want to congratulate you for that and say thank you. So the next award winners that are being recognized are BBR electricians, and they're being recognized for their rapid response and quick thinking, as well as saving time and money for doing some repairs and changes at Southeast Clinic. And they installed new lights and night vision around and power to medical tents. And all this was done rapidly. It was done within 2 days, which if you think about it and how government works and things that we do, that's challenging. And not only that, but they also were thinking fast on their feet and did the design and delivered the project in 2 days. So we wanted to recognize them for their rapid response, quick thinking, and a job well done.
It is a real pleasure to recognize the Public Works Rising Stars for 2020. These are folks who've been with Public Works for less than 5 years and whose work has been noticed across the organization. They're folks who have an ability to recognize a problem and solve a problem. They show initiative, they work hard, they meet their deadlines. Their work is accurate and thorough. and they help out whenever there's emergency, whether it's large or small. They're great team members. They're folks that you want by your side to whenever you're in a pinch and to get work done. So all in all, Public Works knows that these are folks we can count on now, and we hope to have them around for a long time to come because we know we'll be able to count on them in the years ahead. Our rising stars this year are Victoria Chan, Brian Dahl, John Duport, Avery Evans, Humberto Gomez, Logan Hain, Calvin Johnson, Karina Lorette, Dennis Lamb, Jamie Lee, Shannon Lee, Rian Robert Leland, Kenneth Leon Sr., Joanna Lee, Chili Lou, Mark Macareg, Regil McLeod, Jessica Medina, Sean O'Brien, Diana Alcantara Ortiz, Oscar Quintanilla, Edward Ryan, Hilda Cyan, Kit Tung, Connie Wong, Eric Yao, and Ruby Yu. Congratulations to you all and keep up the great work.
And hi, as my name is Alec de Graffenried, and I would like to introduce the Outstanding Info Leadership Award. And this year's as award will be going into Carla Short. And for Carla has been the acting and the deputy and director of operations in the last in the several months. And during that time, she has shown that she can execute her duties with skill, grace, and patience. And she's been able to do this while at the same time providing some oversight as well to Buff. I've only known and Carla for as a short time, but I can tell you that the time that I've known her, it has been as a pleasure to work with her, and I have and consistently observed two things as about Carla. One, she always and tackles problems with as a team first in perspective, and that can be from the perspective as a team, meaning if Public Works as a team or the city even more broadly as a team. She's always looking for what is good for and a greater team, which is always something that I respect in leaders. Second thing that I've always noticed about Carla is she treats everyone fair and with and the utmost respect. And so these are two great traits to have in leaders. And so it's been as a pleasure for me and to work with Carla in these last few months. And this is even as we have gone through and had to struggle with and the challenges as associated with and the COVID crisis. Carla has always brings this a strong as leadership background to these problems, and always brings as a great as a sense of humor. So again, it is and so my pleasure to announce the award for the and the outstanding info leadership and to Carla Short. Thank you, Carla.
Hello, my name's Naomi Kelly, and I'm the City Administrator for the City and County of San Francisco. And I am honored and proud to announce that our colleague, Nancy George, who will be retiring this summer after 32 years of service to the city, is the recipient of the first ever Public Works Career Achievement Award. This is bittersweet for me and for the entire city as we bid her farewell. Nancy exemplifies what it means to be a San Francisco public servant and has shown an unparalleled passion and commitment to her work in helping others. She is a formidable and thoughtful colleague, and under her leadership and her steady presence over the years, she has helped the city go through many challenges and leadership change. She was here during the '89 earthquake. She was here during September 11th. When she started, I believe Dick Evans was the head of Public Works. Dianne Feinstein was mayor. Rudy Nothenberg was city administrator, and think of the countless change in leadership positions over the years. She has been an unrelenting champion in workplace safety, and her expertise and guidance to keep us safe has prepared Public Works responsibly to respond to and fight the worst pandemic we've ever seen in modern history. Nancy, congratulations on your retirement, and I hope you enjoy your years to come. While the city and county of San Francisco is losing a dedicated, a professional, and caring employee, we are thankful for your years of service to the city, that you made us and positioned us in the best way possible. It is only fitting that you receive the Career Achievement Award, and I don't know anyone else more deserving. Best of luck to you. Thanks, Nancy.
Hi, as I'm Alec DeGraffenried, and I would like to present the Project of the Year award. And this year's award is going to the 3rd Street Infra Bridge project. And this project is also known as the Lefty O'Doul Bridge. Was built as originally in 1933 to carry vehicles and pedestrians and light rail along and 3rd Street across and the Mission Creek. And this is a project that involved all of the aspects of us here at Public Works. We had our engineers manage the consultant teams that were actively involved in the project. We had to seek approvals from the local, state, and the federal and the agencies through and the regulatory as affairs specialist. We also had as a public as affairs specialist that had to handle and the communications with as the stakeholders, which also included the Giants, the Warriors, and the Mission Creek and the Harbor as association, and the neighboring and the businesses and the residents. As we shut down and the drawbridge in the fall of in 2018, and as a year and a half later, we opened the bridge in May of this year. And this project was been as a great success, and the project team had to endure as a number of different challenges, also involving as a COVID crisis. So, I mean, I would just like to and congratulate the as entire team. This was as a team effort from top to bottom, and it also represents as a great as example of and the capabilities of Public Works, and to deliver as a world-class infrastructure improvements to as the residents and the visitors of San Francisco. And great job. Thank you. I would like to present this year's as Employee of the Year award to Deshaun Stallworth. Deshaun started as his public work. Sorry, Deshaun started as his public service career working with one of our nonprofit partner organizations called and the Hunters Point Family as a pit stop as attendant. Deshaun earned as reputation while working there as a strong and as a hardworking as employee. And soon thereafter, Deshaun was hired by here at Public Works as a 7501 and a laborer as an apprentice, where he and continued to show that he was a strong and a hard worker. And this was proven by the fact that for each of the rotations that he did through the various operations, each of the teams wanted to keep him. And it was because of Deshaun's hard work and strong attendance and his great attitude that he was soon became well supported and is appreciated by both as his union and his peers. And Deshaun proved that by then later winning the as Apprentice of the Year award as a 75 Deshaun won the Apprentice of the Year award as a 7501. After graduating from in the 7501 program, Deshaun was hired first as a as needed laborer, and then was hired as a permanent laborer in the spring of last year. And then, and over the last year, Deshaun has been working with and the Special Projects crew. And the Special Projects crew handles everything from as event setup to managing and the bag and tag program. And they're also responsible for maintaining the cities in the trash cans and deploying barricades and to as a multitude of uses. And they have also supported in the Tenderloin and various other of the challenging areas here in the city. And it's one thing that we've seen with Deshaun on each and every position that he's had, he has a can-do attitude, and as he never says no. For example, recently, Deshaun assisted in the COVID response by helping and to relocate and the ELC from its offices on Turk Avenue over to as the Moscone Center. And it's really because of all these things that and Deshaun has demonstrated he is as a great public servant, has always and will and continue to impress his peers and his supervisors. And because of this attitude, and it's his attitude to get things done and to get things done right. And for this, I am proud to award Deshaun the Public Works as Employee of the Year award. And thank you, Deshaun.
Congratulations to Sean and all the winners of the 2020 Employee Recognition Awards for San Francisco Public Works. This event really seemed like a lot of fun, a little better than we thought it might be, because we still were able to join together as a community, as a Public Works family. Who knows where we'll be next year, if we'll have to do it again online, or we can come back together in person and have a real party celebration. But until then, please stay safe, stay healthy, and keep doing the great work you do as Public Works employees. Have a great day.